sound surprised.
Yeah, they always are surprised. Rub-a-dub-dub. 3 men, 3 tubs, all sailing out to sea. In tub number 1, in tub number 2, and of course, in tub number 3. Now, as you can see, my captain's 3 are as decrepit as their hulls. There's no skin on their head because they're quite dead, which is why they're all skulls. Now, as you've been told, these hulks are quite old, but the captain was raring to go. But when he jumped on the wreck, he fell through the deck, and he ended up here down below. Now, the second old goat got on the same boat, and that's when things started to happen, because he tripped on a pole, and he fell through the hole, and he ended up next to the captain. Now, skull number 3, he wanted to flee. He was terrified beyond comprehension. So what did he do? Well, he too fell right through. What he said after that, I can't mention. All this made Skull 1 to feel quite glum, till a brilliant idea had he. The hulks were so rotten, you could go through the bottom. But he wound up in tub number 3. So with a cry of avast, he decided at last to get on over the side. That plan went quite well, till we all heard him yell as he bobbed up and down the tide. And so, once he was dry, he decided to try his luck with tub number 1. But that too was so old that he fell in the hole, ending up from whence he had come. And so, just for fun, he stayed in tub 1. Number 2, he stayed in tub 2. Number 3 did agree to stay in tub 3, but they all fell through. Embarrassed again, these seafaring men all hid themselves from view. Number 1 slunk away, and I'm sorry to say, so did skull number 2. But it didn't take long for things to go wrong. It's as if they had never departed. So they traveled once more, confused as before, when number 1 ended up where he started. And so, like his friend, he journeyed again, not knowing to what he might find. But those 2 old tars didn't get very far, as they won't leave the 3rd guy behind. Now you might wonder why these seafaring guys went through all this, as it brought little pleasure. They'd had taken a nap, but they found them a map that said led to great buried treasure, which is how our 3 skulls ended up in glass balls, a fate to which little is worse. For that treasure they found in that cave was a mound of coins and jewels that were cursed.